No wake restrictions are slowly lifting around southern and south central Minnesota, but some still remain. Kendall Larson has what it means for boaters and the shoreline.
No wake restrictions have been lifted in Waseca County, but remain in Blue Earth and LeSueur County.
It's generally going to apply to the outboard motors that are going to be able to create or have the ability to create, more waves off of their wake or their wash.
No wake restriction means boats must go at the slowest speed possible to remain in control, but never greater than 5 miles per hour.
In high water events or circumstances where there's normally a high amount of water, can create some serious erosion issues on shorelines that are generally prepared for or exposed to the water levels.
In Blue Earth County, Madison Lake, Lake George, and Lake Valentine are still under a no wake restriction.
A lot of times what we're doing is making an assessment based on the water level with respect to what private property is in play.
LeSueur County lakes south of State Highway 99 are also still under no wake restrictions. In a call with the LeSueur Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Brett V.P. Mason said they are monitoring the lakes daily, and once they go below the required threshold for 3 days, the no wake restriction will be lifted.
Usually there's some subjectiveness to it, not having a specific gauge on each lake, but just history and our past practices, we've got a pretty good assessment or ability to make that assessment.
The Blue Earth County Sheriff's Department hopes to lift the no wake restriction soon and will post to their socials as soon as they do.
We do have a dedicated water patrol deputy that is out there and actively keeping an eye on them. When that person isn't working, we have other people that are out there just making that assessment to keep an eye on the levels and any property damage that might be occurring too.
Kendall Larson, KYC News Now.
The Blue Earth County Sheriff's Office is closely watching the lakes to ensure that all residents are obeying the no wake restrictions.